Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ, and up next we have Game seemingly throwing shots at Kendrick Lamar, which honestly seemed inevitable at this point. Before we start, I want to send out a very big shout out to Screwface for shouting out Yo EQ TV, and those that hit me up to tell me as well. I definitely love y'all, and I'm so blessed for what you guys have added on this content journey. But like I just said, this almost felt inevitable. Game seems to always find a way to send some backhanded compliments, and he's never been apprehensive about calling anybody out, and probably the entirety of his career, whether direct or subliminally. Game is an exceptional rapper, but stuff like this always turns people off because he doesn't need to resort to any of this type of stuff. This just seems like clout chasing behavior to try to get some attention on the album, because Kendrick Lamar, I don't really think he ever did anything to elicit something like this. And while there probably isn't any actual real beef, it definitely does seem like there is a lot of built up resentment. The way Game handles relationships has definitely not helped the perception the public has about him, and it's definitely not helping him out in the industry. Just as any other industry, relationships are probably the most important part of all of it. One of these lines could be considered a Kendrick reference, but lumped in with the others, and there was definitely a few, it's only going to strengthen the narrative that he's actively dissing Kendrick Lamar. You can't say that I'm the king of LA and that the person with the claim to that title won't do anything about it. That's just severely egregious. And honestly, I don't even think Kendrick should respond to this at all. He shouldn't address this at all, given the fact that the game doesn't know when to stop, because he's definitely liable to put another 300 bars in running, and if you do respond, another 500 bars in running. And Kendrick has way more important priorities right now, but definitely let me know if you guys think he will respond, whether subliminally or direct. At this point, does Game deserve more than like a stray bar or two from Kendrick Lamar? But definitely let me know. So enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into these posts and clips where we have Game seemingly throwing shots at Kendrick Lamar, which again seemed inevitable. None of this is surprising at all, and we're definitely going to be looking at these comments after because I already know they're going to be egregious. So let's jump right into the excerpt.
Down smoke, I don't turn up niggas' albums. First niggas was scared of my brothers, so I start pulling up without them. Los Angeles King, show me a rooftop, I shouted. And the nigga y'all thought was king ain't gonna do nothing about it.
And who would that person be if it's not Kendrick Lamar? This is pretty much an obvious shot at Kendrick Lamar. Over here we have the lyrics. First guys were scared of my brother, so I started pulling up without him. Los Angeles King, give me a rooftop, I'll shout it. And the man you thought was king ain't gonna do nothing about it. And I would definitely beg to differ if he actually viewed you as a priority, but Kendrick Lamar isn't dumb. You truly don't get as far as he's gotten in his career by falling into traps like this. Obviously, we all know who the guy is talking about. Let's actually look at some of these comments. I don't even hear that part and listen to the whole album. That's how trash it is. And honestly, a lot of people didn't hear it because the album was out for like a day before I even covered this. The Game of Legend, maybe with joysticks. He tried dissing them to get attention and failed. That is just going to do the same. I feel like I read that wrong. But yeah, he tried to diss Eminem, and obviously Eminem did not fall for it. Why? Because the game does not know when to quit. He will keep throwing song after song, and at a certain point, man, enough is enough. Respectfully and disrespectfully, Game not fucking with Dot on any level. And I definitely agree, whether it's artistically, lyrically, and commercially. Clout chasing is a hell of a drug, and something that he's been addicted to for quite some time. Just to be objective, the Game is very talented. It's just these type of antics turn people off. Over here we have Chris Reeves going on to write, I thought it when I heard it, but I also feel like he shouted him out 2 other times, so I don't know. And that's the biggest thing. I said that in my intro. Some of those lines can definitely be argued that they were shoutouts, but lumped in with the other ones, man, it's just going to strengthen the narrative that he was still shooting shots. Game been riding men coattails for years. Thirsty for all attention. It's not really a coincidence that he's been saying all these crazy things in clips for like the last week. It's obviously a promo for his album to get people to click. Man, I thought I was the only one. It's a couple of songs. Exactly, man. It's not just one line. We could point out to multiple lines in multiple songs. Some songs were like 2 or 3 things aimed at Kendrick. The facts mean this is a vaccine and the game need me to survive. Hilarious, man. Game is formidably a contender for the West Coast. I wouldn't say right now he's a contender for having the title of King of the West Coast, but he has done some stuff. It's not like the dude doesn't have classics of his own, but right now, the run that Kendrick Lamar is on, it's not really debatable to choose anyone other than him. Game wouldn't make it past Schoolboy Q on his best day. Schoolboy is so underrated, man. I definitely love his music. Don't think we'll get it. He's probably not going to get it. Again, Kendrick Lamar has a lot bigger fish to fry than to go diss Game. Somebody that he's probably already known has kind of been hating on the low. James Owen Hood don't even respect him anymore. And I've lived in LA for like 13 years, and the countless people that don't respect Game is actually pretty high. Game has been desperate for years since that Eminem love letter because he was kind of shouting him out in the most backhanded of ways. And that's the thing with the Game. Sometimes even the compliments kind of sound like disses. They're rolling circles around Kenny. And were you not watching the past year and a half? While the game is obviously really talented, I think the stuff that Kendrick Lamar can do and the fact that he can put it on a much bigger scale is definitely going to be in favor of Kendrick. LMAO, game a better rapper. I don't understand why people don't see that. No, people are hearing the records because it's not like the game went completely radio silent after the G Unit days. The guy's actually been pretty prolific within the last, 5 years. He's dropped a bunch of projects. This is what attention-seeking behavior looks like. I absolutely agree. Only clowns take games serious. I swear, if Kendrick Lamar does anything more than like a stray bar, I would be surprised at this point. And let's jump into the next clip, guys. Over here, using a Drake reference in a song, America's Nightmare, and calling out fake streams. I asked the question, is game shooting subs at Kendrick Lamar? Since a lot of Drake stans are trying to claim that Kendrick Lamar is the one doing bots, when honestly, you should probably be looking at the person that has been running the numbers game for the last 15 years. I don't truly think you could be the priority at a label and not benefit from some of these behind the scenes tactics.
So with me, I'm out here looking for revenge. Chrome bins, chrome rims, riding around with this Drake. No friends, no spins, fuck the radio.
Obviously, two Drake references right
I'm
there.
out here looking for revenge. Chrome bins, chrome rims, riding around with this Drake. No friends, no spins, fuck the radio, nigga, and fuck the club.
For somebody that says fuck the radio and fuck the club, you sure are doing a lot of stuff to try to get your music played in those places.
Fake love, fuck the dap and fake hugs, fuck these apps and fake thugs, fake ass followers, fake ass streams and fake buzz, fake beats.
It's kind of wild to say fake friends and stuff like that when you're kind of proving yourself to be fake loyal if this is aimed at Kendrick.
Proceed with caution.
The next
Fuck,
clip.
I look like duck and smoke. I'm already halfway to my coffin. So, what's a Grammy to a nigga who out here spinning jets? And
Again, and who's the guy winning all the Grammys? Justifiably so, Kendrick Lamar.
what's the internet troll to a nigga who grew up without the internet? But I will log you off it. Keep sending threats, put 12 dots on you and park you like that nigga GNX.
Obviously, another Kendrick Lamar reference. That one right there has a good argument that it's not a diss. But you saying all that stuff about a Grammy, knowing that Kendrick Lamar is the Grammy darling, again, justifiably so, it's going to have people looking at you a little crazy, especially when you're looking at this combined with those other clips. Look at some of these comments, guys. Who? Y'all dragging it now? Please, let's move on from this bipolar, envious ex-stripper. No, he's just calling them both out to act as a middleman to cover his own ass for texting teens like Drake, allegedly. He's just desperate, begging for attention. He tried with Ross last year, can't deny the albums. He's definitely has bangers on it, but when he's not making music, he comes off as really lame. He bragging about the chrome bands, Jay bottom, and yeah, you can't really stunt off a gift. Yeah, it's amazing that you have it. It's pretty dope, and I say enjoy it, but yeah, it looks kind of crazy. And it's definitely certain that Game has bangers. I have homies that have produced for him. I have people in his inner circle. But again, a lot of the antics are going to make you look crazy and therefore create a crazy perception surrounding you. That's not a Kendrick diss. Stop with the cap. And I feel like this is a Drake stan or a Game stan trying to move the goalposts. No, last bars were a shout out, and I definitely agree there. There's definitely an argument that that was a shout out. But again, when you combine this with the other stuff, it kind of negates it and just make it look like the only thing on your mind right now is trying to get Kendrick Lamar to say something to you. Game went off. It worked for Joey Badass. And while Joey did get some attention from it, he also did scrap his tour, if I'm not mistaken, right? Definitely let me know if the comments if that's the case. No, we need to stop the fake streams alignment with Kendrick when Drake has been suspected of that for years. Definitely big shout out to Chai Knows. And the only reason I said that is because a lot of the Drake stands are trying to spin that narrative, which is definitely very egregious when, yeah, Drake has had these allegations for many years. When God's Plan dropped, a lot of people were saying that that record was botted. I mean, the reason we have that crazy rule when it comes to Billboard is because of Drake. Oh shit, he shouted out Dot on the song, and you could also shout him out and also diss him at the same time. We've seen it from the game many a times. Of course, he is a hater. Shout out to Ronnie's sister, too. If you listen to the album, he's clearly not picking a side. But no one said anything about him picking a side now, even though a lot of people can argue that he was Team Drake during the beef. The thing is, you could be dissing two people as well. You might as well be talking about Drake. Game is a clout chaser. He will go at anyone just to sell his record. He got zero loyalty in his bones. And that's something that has been said about the game for a long time now, whether fair or unfair. Put 12 dots on your head, park you like that nigga GNX, which again could definitely be seen as a shout out. But him saying, I don't give a fuck about no Grammys in the same line, again, might have people negating that for him. All right, here's the next clip, guys. We have his Game making fun of Kendrick Lamar on his Left Out record by using his flow and insinuating that Kendrick felt left out. And this actually might be how Game feels because he might feel being left because of the way his career has panned out. This
Both
first
you
clip.
niggas, now nobody wins. You following trends.
And the game has done this for a long time where he will go and impersonate somebody's flow. He did that back when he was dissing G, and it's kind of been something in his toolbox for quite some time. And I feel like that bar, he's referring to J. Cole and Drake.
Going with the wind. I don't want to hang with you niggas, my arm in the rim.
Yeah, man. And that definitely felt like a diss. Let's jump into the next clip from this.
Cause I just mixed the liquor with and said, hop in the car.
He even threw in the Kendrick ad-lib. Let's actually look at some of these comments, guys. This nigga is the epitome of Jack and Flows. This is Diet Mr. Morale. And definitely a big shout out to Tupac's ring, man. Again, the game has been doing this for quite some time. Yeah, I don't hear the Kendrick angle, though. And you may have your ears covered because he's clearly trying to impersonate Kendrick. And it sounds like he's talking about that first-person shooter song. And he may be trying to spin the narrative that Kendrick Lamar doesn't play well with others when that couldn't be further from the case. He's thirsty for attention. He sounds ridiculous. When did Kendrick say that? If anything, the game always said people try to leave him out of everything. And I definitely agree there. No, again, that's not what Kendrick said. Game is trying to put that on him. He always talks about it. I'm not surprised with this song, LMAO. And I definitely agree with this next reply. Nah, he, in fact, feels left out. I think that's the biggest part in all this. The fact that, yeah, a lot of resentment probably has been built up because the game probably feels he was supposed to be in the position where Kendrick Lamar is. But the fact is, like I keep saying, the game hasn't really done well with others and hasn't really fostered relationships how he should have. Who cares? There's a reason why he wasn't at the pop-out. This is the same Diddy desperation as Jay Electronica with the curse of Mayweather. 40 Glock claims the game paid off. The 14-year-old he allegedly got pregnant. I actually met 40 Glock many, many years ago before any of that stuff with the game. And I heard about these rumors as well, and that is definitely crazy. So him saying free Diddy and free R. Kelly might be on brand for him. It's smart to use Kendrick to get people to listen to your music. He's been using dot cadence and flows for 10 years. It's nothing new. What a jealous ass weirdo. I don't know, but this shit garbage, so to it matter? Think about it, brother. And we definitely got to hear this Terrence Howard classic, and this is definitely goated, this comment. First of all, this gear in the prison is crazy. This only highlights that you can't copy or emulate Kendrick's flows. And while you can impersonate him, it's definitely not hitting like Kendrick Lamar versus We Hope You Talking About Drake. We Don't Care. Y'all really reaching for the stars with this take. And can you really say it's a reach when we have so many people that agree? The game has been like this literally his whole career. At the end of the day, he's definitely at fault for the way people perceive him. You have to go and give people the ammunition if whatever they're going to try to use against you is going to have any type of credence, because facts are facts. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that game was dissing Kendrick Lamar and any of this stuff? Again, one of those lines does seem like it could be a shout out. You could easily argue that, but when it's mixed in with all those other lines, man, it's definitely going to strengthen the narrative that he more than likely was actively dissing Kendrick Lamar, at least not so subliminally. So definitely let me know what you guys think. Again, big shout out to Screwface for shouting out the channel, and I'm definitely so excited for what this content journey has to offer next. So definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. I really want to thank you guys so much for continuing to make this channel a part of your day. It honestly means the world to me, and all the love and support that you guys continue to show the channel on a daily is honestly overwhelming and probably the biggest reason why I make these videos. So I definitely want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it. I also want to send out a big shout out to all those that have been joining YouTube memberships. A small way to support the channel, but definitely goes a very long way in helping out. And also a very big super thank you to all those that have been sending super thanks, because guys, it has been tremendous. And again, I am so grateful for all your support. If you guys do want to continue the conversation, definitely follow me on X. That link will be put in the pinned comments and also the description, because I'm definitely looking forward to your takes on this. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. And none of this should surprise anybody, honestly.